Hey everybody, somebody recently contacted me via messaging on YouTube, and I'm sorry I forgot your username, and now I can't even find your message, so I can't actually reply to you except in this video. And you had a question. It was a good question, and that was, I get a lot of bad questions. No, I'm kidding. Your question was, can I take two cell phones, and is there an app that would allow me to take two cell phones and make a 3D camera out of it? And when I read your message, I said, I've got that app on my phone right now. And then when I read the description on the app, I said I couldn't find it, that it would actually use two cell phones. But then in a little tiny sentence I found among a whole bunch of stuff about how the app works, there's one sentence that says, yes, you can pair two phones together. So today I took a relative's cell phone, and they were kind of shy about it because they were like, what are you going to do to my phone? What's the app going to do? All this kind of stuff. And I told them it's got minimal permissions, and it doesn't transfer any data or anything like that. You need Wi-Fi, and the author said you needed location, but I don't know if that's true, because I know I had location on my phone turned on, but I don't know if my relative had the location on their phone. And I would suggest not to have the location on because, first of all, you don't always want to be tracked, I guess, and also it wastes your battery. So anyway, it worked, and here's how it works, and here's the app that will get you there. It's called Crosscam, and it's really made for taking one cell phone and taking a photo here and then moving it over. So it's the cha-cha method, and it'll show you both screens side by side. And if you know how to cross eye view a 3D, you can actually watch it work, and you can say, oh yeah, I like that depth. I can cross eye view, but I don't like doing it in real time. You know, it confuses my eyes or my brain or something. I can't do that, so I just go like that, take the picture, and it'll give you a chance because it'll show you the pictures side by side still, and so you can look at it and go, oh yeah, do I like that or no? And then you can say no, and then you can start again and try a different approach. But anyway, besides the original functionality, it also has the pairing of two cell phones, and this is really cool. So on my phone, I took the app, was already on there, and I press the gear icon, and inside there it'll say pairing two phones together or something like that. And you drop down that menu, and there's a link that says to go to the pairing screen. So you click that. Then there's a whole bunch of instructions, and there are two buttons. One says make this the primary phone or make this the secondary phone. Then on the other one, and I press primary on mine. Then on the relative's phone, I installed the app, I ran it, I went to the gear icon, I went to the pairing page, and then I said secondary phone. Then you back out of that menu and go back to where the camera is. And then on the camera screen, there's an icon with two phones next to each other with two arrows showing that they transfer data between them. You press that, it says, do you give permission to pair? You say yes. Then on that one, you do the same. You give it permission to pair. It pairs up. On this phone, it'll show you a split screen like normal when you're using the app. And this phone will show you the full screen. And on this one, you'll see, as you move the phones back and forth, you'll see that other phone giving you information, just a little delay compared to your original phone, your primary phone. So in my case, I was holding it on the right, so it was showing me the screen on the left, and then my primary phone was on the right. And as I moved, I could see that it was a little delayed, but it actually made a 3D picture, and it'll align vertically as well, so you don't have to worry too much about where your phones are. So that's a great thing that this app will do for you. I don't know if you can make video this way. I think it's only pictures, but you don't have to worry about stuff like maybe the wind blows and the leaves on the trees are moving, or you're taking a picture of a water fountain or a waterfall or something. If you have two devices and they take the picture simultaneously, then you don't have to worry about movement in the two pictures. Whereas if you're doing a cha-cha, you have to make sure everything is still. So this is a really cool thing, and I hope that you can try it out for yourself. Once again, it's Android. I don't know if it's available for Apple, but it's Android, and it's called Crosscam. You can find it on Google Play, in the Google Play Store, or whatever it's called, Google Play. That's where you get your apps, you know. And it's free, minimal permissions, and it doesn't store or transfer any data. It will ask you permission to use your camera, that kind of thing, and it'll also ask you permission to use your files because it has to make that folder that it puts the pictures in. And that's another great thing on this app, is that it makes its own dedicated folder. So you don't have to go through the camera roll and all that kind of stuff to try to figure out where in the world it went. It's right there in a folder. It might be inside pictures, I don't know, but it's on your phone and it's very easy to use. And I highly recommend it if you want to try it out, if you've got a couple of Androids around. I wanted to get an Android that was very similar to mine. I think maybe their model was a little bit behind mine, but it worked out and it made a good picture. I also have made many cross-eye view pictures with cross view, and it works great. It'll also make anaglyph. If you want to do anaglyph, you just have to go in and set it in the menu what kind of viewing mode you want to do. It'll do anaglyph, but it's hard to kind of do anaglyph if you don't have any anaglyph glasses in your pocket or something, so take your glasses with you. Thanks for the question, and I hope you enjoy.